301C. Okay. 103B. 201C is 15. 103C is 201C is 115 or 16. Well, it gives us something to do.
I know, but I got to get them in the computer before the page, and then I can flip it over to screen.
You got it.
So I got 10 minutes to put them on.
I'm sorry. You got
That's okay.
it. You got
In
it.
the old days, that's like super helpful.
Right. Yeah. Well, we checked most of them anyway.
They all got their list in and whatever.
Looks like it.
So the only things it doesn't check is, but does it matter for this? Like you have to have so many first half and so many second half?
Make one of the fair.
Let's just say the 11 times.
Great.
Okay.
I still haven't got my water.
Oh, you know what? We're supposed to fill them in. Oh, I think I'll probably fill in my water. Yeah, whatever. I'll find out.
Cool. Oh, Sheldon.
Better now that I'm in the building.
What's so exciting?
Oh, I didn't. You couldn't use the front door, and the door I was told to use was locked. I just couldn't get in.
Oh.
That's why I'm late and scrambling a little bit.
Come to the maintenance stores? They were open.
Okay, that's where I should have gone from.
Well, I know they were talking about locking up Six North.
Yeah, they did.
Because there were kids that were coming in that were supposed to be coming in.
They did lock up this door.
Okay.
And that's why I couldn't get in. I didn't know where else to go.
I know, I hear you.
But I'm in now. We're good.
Yeah, what am I going to do now, man?
I got my wire,
Go stand in the corner.
wireless.
I have a big long one if you need
No.
it. Wait.
Well, we're going to get our football this fall.
Yep. And everything you say is now going
Across the stream, so
All right.
we'll tell the parents about it. All right. Yeah,
What's
we are
going
going to
on?
get football.
Football and volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing some streaming for volleyball, so.
Yep.
I will have, we're up and streaming, and I will get a link to you right now. Are you, what's the easiest way to get it to you? Ann is just asking me if I'm here.
Because I asked him if you were coming because I wasn't sure. His parents were asking
Yeah.
what was happening tonight. I was like, wait, he's coming. Don't you think so?
Okay.
5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes to the start.
Actually, easier to go here, I think.
Say it again. I need one of our officials to the table, please. One of you.
Come on here. I'm just waiting for it to load on YouTube so I can get the link. I'll just- Oh, my stream is going fine. I just don't have this hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
Are we keeping them all rolled together just on this part?
Come on, come on.
No, not really. I just like it.
And
What's that? My stuff is Oh, I didn't know that. I'll go get them. Said they were still in the pool, so they should be coming soon.
can you get on my Twitter? Would that be as easy as anything? At Sheldon KOZY, because I just tweeted out the link there.
Okay. I might even already have you on here. I already am following.
There you go.
So
There
got
it is.
here.
Yep, right there.
So if I copy link, should be able to. Okay.
We got 18 on already, so some people have found it.
Do we have any sponsors that we want to? I have none of them. I don't have any of them.
We'll get it. Just
the tools that we have.
The 2020? The 2020 COVID? Did you see how much the NFL coaches were fined?
No.
Thousands, and the teams were fined thousands for not wearing their masks.
Oh, really?
To a certain degree, I'm a slight stickler because I want to see
You ready?
things run. Yes.
Here we go. We're gonna go in.
I'm ready. Officials might not be. Hang on. I'll go double check. You can probably.
Good afternoon and welcome athletes, coaches, online spectators to Robert J. Elkington Middle School. Today's meet will be between the Hibbing Blue Jackets and your Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Let's meet the teams, their coaches, and their captains. First up, the coaches for Hibbing. Head coach Mike Venziano, Ross Harvey, Jen Benedict, Colleen McCormick, and Sarah Murfeld. Captains for the Blue Jackets are Maddie Claudio, Megan Savage, and Shelby Hughes. Coaches for the Thunderhawks are Melissa Rousey, Krista Bird, and Sherry Schrock. Captains for the Thunderhawks are Elsa Byron and Noel Gunderson. Our officials for this evening are Jerry Menninger and Tara Dingman. At this time, we would like for all athletes and spectators to stand and remove your hats for our national anthem, sung by the Grand Rapids Swim Team. Fantastic job, ladies. This afternoon, there will be 2 heats of each race. At least 2. We will have a JV and a varsity race.
Hey, Cheryl, I think that's correct.
And we are just about ready to get this meet underway. And thank you for joining us on our YouTube live stream. I'm Sheldon Willis. I'll mostly let our pool announcer take care of things, but let you know that this stream is brought to you by the Woodland Bank, Super One Foods, Grand Rapids State Bank, and M&H Convenience Store. As we will be starting, of course, with the junior varsity 200-yard medley relay. And again, on a YouTube-only stream, I am watching the comments, so if you have any comments about the coverage, we're happy to take a look at them and chat and let me know what you think.
Then let's go. Our first event this afternoon is the JV 200-yard medley relay. For the JV 200-yard medley relay, in lane 2 for Hibbing, the team of Lolto, Covington, Schultz, and Larson. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Lance, Crago, Gibson, and Powell. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Savage, Maschitz, Savage, and Delorio. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Letterman, Beyer, Fox, and Zimmer. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Marston, Smith, Kaiser, and Horde.
Event 17. Lane 7. Instead of Jerry, it's going to be Sylvie Letterman.
Okay.
Event 23. Instead of lane 7, instead of Jerry, it's McKenna Smith.
first race this evening. In lane 5 for Grand Rapids, the time of 2 minutes 17.02 seconds. For Grand Rapids, Letterman, Beyer, Foxen, Zimmer. Our next race, the varsity 200-yard medley relay. For the varsity 200-yard medley relay, in lane 3 for Hibbing, McCormick, Story, Alspa, and Hughes. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Kalish, Emerson, St. George, and Mackey. Lane 5 for Grand Rapids, Berkey, Hernisman, Krugerbarth, and Peterson. Lane 6 for Rapids, Coulter, Erickson, Coulter, and Weiland. And in lane 7 for Grand Rapids, Haas, Jackson, Gunderson, and Weiland.
And here we go, of course, with our first varsity race of the evening, and always a big rivalry with Grand Rapids and Hibbing. Again, the lanes closest to you, Hibbing in lane 3, and also Hibbing in lane 4. Grand Rapids with Berkey, Hernisman, Krugerbarth, and Peterson in lane 5. Coulter, Erickson, Coulter, and Weiland in lane 6, and Haas, Jackson, Gunderson, and Lisa Weiland in lane 7, the farthest one away from us.
Meet mobile. All right. GR versus Hibbing.
If you are looking for Meet Mobile, it is GR vs. Hibbing 2020. Meet Mobile is GR vs. Hibbing 2020. Winning the varsity 200-yard medley relay in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, the team of Verkey, Hernisman, Krugerbarth, and Peterson.
And with that, Hibbing in second, and Grand Rapids also taking third.
200-yard freestyle.
He's looking at you. 6.
For the JV 200-yard freestyle, in lane 2 for Hibbing, Jerica Greenwood. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Riley St. George. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Hannah Covington. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Dormanen. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Chloe Lee. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Kate Wheelock. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Hannah Brunn.
Perfect, thank you. 5 sheets.
And this is the JV 200-yard freestyle. When you think of community, think of M&H Convenience Store, your one-stop shop for gas, a cup of coffee, a quick and healthy lunch option, or just the right snack to enjoy while you hit the road. M&H Convenience Store prides themselves on the importance of excellent customer service, and they look forward to serving you. And again, the lanes starting with the one closest to you, lane 2, Jerica Greenwood from Hibbing, Riley St. George, Hibbing, Hannah Covington, Hibbing, Alyssa Dorman in Grand Rapids, Chloe Lee from Grand Rapids, Kate Wheelock Rapids, and Hannah Brunn from Grand Rapids all the way at the top in lane 8. And I know at the first meet of the year, we had Wi-Fi issues, school not being underway and not everything worked out there. So I know the picture was jumpy in the second half of the meet. Hopefully we stay nice and solid all meet long tonight.
Winning the JV 200-yard freestyle for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Dormanen. Our next race is the varsity 200-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Alexis Walters. In lane 3 for Hibbing, Allison Trulinger. In lane 4 for Hibbing, Gelly Stenson. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Elsa Viren. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Hannah Rousey. And in lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Gracie Zimmer.
And here we go with our second varsity race of the evening. Again, starting in lane 2, closest to you, Alexis Walters, Hibbing. Allison Trillinger, Hibbing. Jelly Stenson, Hibbing in lane 4. Elsa Viren, Grand Rapids lane 5. Hannah Rousey, Grand Rapids lane 6. And Gracie Zimmer, Grand Rapids lane 7.
Hi there. Wonderful. How are you? You bet.
why I made you worried, because I wasn't here as soon as you know I'm not late. Yeah, we just have one thing. I think that's a great thing. We'll talk as you. I talked to Paul a little bit about it, Paul Reese because they're signing with it too. So I got a little information from him, kind of what it does. I know Pete, like I said, I know Pete from Minneapolis, and he's a great guy to work with. Yeah. Yeah.
Like a basketball game.
Yeah.
Both places.
We could do both places, or we'll talk. Maybe it's just as easy for us to plug our
Winning the varsity 200-yard freestyle. In lane 4 for Hibbing, Gelly Stenson.
I'm not looking at hands. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Our next event will be the 100-yard individual medley, the JV 100. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Bailey By. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Rainey Gibson. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Desiree Delorio. In lane 5 for Grand Rapids, Isabel Haas. In lane 6 for Grand Rapids, Jordan Coulter. In lane 7 for Grand Rapids, Noel Gunderson. And in lane 8 for Rapids, Treasure Jager.
I balls it. I know tonight. So other than that, I don't know. I talked to KLK. They weren't really involved in it. And again, in event number 4, the second varsity race, it was Gilly Stinson from Hibbing in first place, Hannah Rousey, Grand Rapids second, and Elsa Viren, Grand Rapids in third. Super One Foods, serving the freshest products daily with better choices and low prices. Super One Foods proudly supports nonprofits, our schools, our kids' academics, and sports. Stop into Super One Foods today and see why they are very proud to be a part of our community. I'll give it a try, Jen. Does that work better? See, Jen, it's just like having a very clunky remote-controlled camera here. I'm a little clunky, but I can do it. Thanks for joining on the stream.
Winning the JV 100-yard individual medley in lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Jordan Coulter. And we are ready for the varsity 200-yard IM. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Ella Kalish. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Macy Emerson. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Madison St. George. Lane 5 for Rapids, Chloe Peterson. Lane 6 for Rapids, Nevaeh Horde. Lane 7 for Rapids, Selah Smith. And in lane 8 for Rapids, Kira Johnson.
So the varsity 200-yard IM, again running down lane, starting with lane 2, Ella Kalish. Macy Emerson, Hibbing, Madison St. George, Hibbing. In lane 5, Chloe Peterson, Grand Rapids. Nevaeh Horde, lane 6, Grand Rapids. Selah Smith, lane 7, Grand Rapids. And Kira Johnson in lane 8 for Grand Rapids.
Winning the varsity 200-yard individual medley. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Chloe Peterson. We are ready for the JV 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1 for Hibbing, Jocelyn Larson. Lane 2 for Hibbing, Taylor Ciachetto. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Jerica Greenwood. In lane 5 for Rapids, Danica Kaiser. Lane 6 for Rapids, Aubrey Horde. Lane 7 for Rapids, McKenna Smith. And in lane 8 for Rapids, Holly Sylvester.
This is the junior varsity 50-yard freestyle for 4 generations. Grand Rapids State Bank has been giving their customers a kind of insight and personal service that mega banks can't touch. They know you work hard for your money, and the team at Grand Rapids State Bank will work hard for you. At this point, not able to give you updated team scores. Don't have access to that as far as the printing. Hopefully we'll have that before too long. Danica Kaiser getting first place here in the JV race.
JV 50-yard freestyle. Lane 5 for Rapids, Danica Kaiser. And now we're ready for the varsity 50-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Megan Savage. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Shelby Hughes. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Emery Mackey. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Rowan Kruger-Barth. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Elsa Viren. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Sophie Verkey. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Claire Dingman.
In this, the 50 freestyle, I'm not going to go over lane assignments again. This race will be over before I'm done.
Winning the varsity 50-yard freestyle. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Elsa Viren.
For one, 10 minutes for the other.
So Grand Rapids sweeping 1, 2, and 3 in the 50 freestyle. Elsa Viren in first, Rowan Kruger-Barth in second, and Sophia Verkey in third place.
Okay. We will now be taking an intermission while our divers warm up. Taking an intermission while our divers warm up.
So we'll readjust there, put the divers in the center of the picture and let you watch and listen. We'll have a 10-minute warm-up, and then diving starts. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors who make it possible for us to be here to bring you a YouTube stream. Can you say Kasasa? Why settle for average checking with average returns? Let Woodland Bank help you out. Kasasa Cash is so much more. It's free checking that pays you high interest every month, plus get refunds on your ATM fees nationwide. There's no minimum balance to earn rewards and no monthly service charge. Make the most of your money. Get free Kasasa checking today at Woodland Bank.
Is this in our order? 1 through.
1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect.
And that
this in?
17 and 23, you can erase
All right.
those changes.
Holy moly. right, the ladies are ready to go. Judges. Scores are 5, 5.5, and 5. Our second diver from Hibbing is Mallory Sikora. Dive number 101C, forward dive, tuck, DD 1.2. Scores are 3.5, 2.5, and 3.5. Our next diver for Grand Rapids is Brianna Dekich. Dive number 101C, forward dive, tuck, DD 1.2. Scores are 5, 4.5, and 3.5. Our fourth diver for Rapids is Addie Albrecht. Dive number 5231D. Back 1.5 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.8. Scores are 6.5, 6.5, and 6.5. Our fifth diver from Rapids is Ella Albrecht. Dive number 5231D. Back 1.5 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.8. Scores are 5, 6, and 6. Our sixth diver from Hibbing is Sylvie Wetzel. Dive number 5121D. Forward 1 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.7. Scores are 2, 2.5, and 2. Our seventh diver from Rapids is Mackenzie Mooster. Dive number 5231D. Back 1.5 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.8. Scores are 5.5, 5, and 4.5. Our eighth diver from Hibbing is Chloe Price. Dive number 5121D. Forward 1 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.7. Scores are 5, 3.5, and 4.5. Our ninth diver from Grand Rapids is Kenzie Habeisen. Dive number 5231D. Back 1.5 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.8. Scores are 5.5, 5.5, and 5. Our 10th diver from Hibbing is Maddie Clajo. Dive number 5221D. Back 1 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.7. Scores are 4.5, 4.5, and 4.5. To start our second round of diving, Mira is up. Dive number 401B, inward dive, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 6, 5, and 5.5. Our second diver is Mallory. Dive number 102C, forward 1 somersault, tuck, DD 1.4. Scores are 3.5, 3, and 3. Our next diver is Brianna. Dive number 102B, forward 1 somersault, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 5, 4.5, and 4.5. Our next diver is Addie. Dive number 105C, forward 2.5 somersault, tuck, DD 2.4. Scores are 4.5, 6, and 4.5. Our next diver is Ella. Dive number 403C, inward 1.5 somersault, tuck, DD 2.2. Scores are 6, 6, and 6. Our next diver is Sylvie. Dive number 103C, forward 1.5 somersault, tuck, DD 1.6. Scores are 4, 5, and 4. Our next diver is Mackenzie. Dive number 103B, forward 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 1.7. Passed your driver's test too, or one of them did. Scores are 5.5, 6, and 5.5. Our next diver is Chloe. Dive number 202A, back 1 somersault, straight, DD 1.7. Scores are 3.5, 5, and 5. Our next diver is Kenzie, dive number 104B, forward 2 somersault, pike, DD 2.3. Scores are 5.5, 5.5, and 5.5. Our next diver is Maddie, dive number 103B, forward 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 1.7. It's all right. Scores are 5.5, 5, and 6. To start our third round of diving, Mira is up. Dive number 104C. Would that be a 2? Forward double somersault. Tuck DD 2.2. Typically doesn't say double on it. Scores are 4.5, 5, and 4.5. Our next diver is Mallory. Dive number 201A, back dive, straight, DD 1.7. It's usually that, forward 2. Scores are 3.5, 3.5, and 3. Our next diver is Brianna. Dive number 401B, inward dive, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 4.5, 4.5, and 4.5. Our next diver is Addie. Dive number 5134D. Forward 1.5 somersault, 2 twist, free, DD 2.6. Scores are 5, 5.5, and 5. Our next diver is Ella. Dive number 103B. Forward 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 1.7. Scores are 5.5, 4.5, and 5. Our next diver is Sylvie. Dive number 401C, inward dive, tuck, DD 1.4. Scores are 4, 4, and 4. Our next diver is Mackenzie. Dive number 401B, inward dive, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 6, 7, and 6.5. Our next diver is Chloe. Dive number 302C, reverse 1 somersault tuck, DD 1.6.
Her dad is cheering because one of them passed their driver's test, and the other one was right next to her, right at the table.
3, 2, 1. Chloe!
Scores are 5, 4.5, and 5. Our next diver is Kenzie. Dive number 301C, reverse dive, tuck, DD 1.6. Scores are 4.5, 5, and 5. Our next diver is Maddie. Dive number 201A, back dive, straight, DD 1.7. Scores are 4.5, 5, and 5.5. Starting our fourth round of diving, Mira is up. Dive number 401C, inward 1 somersault, tuck, DD 1.4. Scores are 5.5, 4.5, and 5.5. Our next diver is Mallory. Dive number 202C, back 1 somersault, tuck, DD 1.5. Scores are 3.5, 3.5, and 3.5. Our next diver is Brianna. Dive number 201A, back dive, straight, DD 1.7. Scores are 4, 3.5, and 1.5. Our next diver is Addie. Dive number 203B, back 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 2.3. Scores are 6, 5.5, and 6. Our next diver is Ella. Dive number 104C, forward 2 somersault, tuck, DD 2.2. Scores are 5.5, 5, and 5. Our next diver is Sylvie. Dive number 402C, inward 1 somersault, tuck, DD 1.6. Scores are 6.5, 5.5, and 5.5. Our next diver is Mackenzie. Dive number 104C, forward 2 somersault, tuck, DD 2.2. Scores are 5, 5, and 5. Our next diver is Chloe. Dive number 401C, inward dive, tuck, DD 1.4. Scores are 3.5, 3, and 3. Our next diver is Kenzie. Dive number 103B, forward 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 1.7. Scores are 6, 6, and 6. Our next diver is Maddie. Dive number 301A, reverse dive, straight, DD 1.8. Scores are 4.5, 4.5, and 5. To start our 5th round of diving, Mira is up. Dive number 202B, back 1 somersault, pike, DD 1.6. Are we doing 5 or 6?
We're doing 5.
Scores are 5.5, 5, and 5. Our next diver is Mallory. Dive number 401C, inward dive, tuck, DD 1.4. We're doing 5. Okay. Scores are 4, 3, and 3.5. Our next diver is Brianna. Dive number 5, 1, 2, 1D. Forward 1 somersault, half twist, free. DD 1.7. Scores are 3, 2.5, and 3. Our next diver is Addie. Dive number 5, 1, 3, 2D. Forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, free. DD 2.2. Scores are 6, 6, and 7. Our next diver is Ella. Dive number 301C, reverse dive, tuck, DD 1.6. Scores are 4.5, 5.5, and 5.5. Our next diver is Sylvie. Dive number 201A, back dive straight, DD 1.7. Scores are 4.5, 3.5, and 3.5. Our next diver is Mackenzie. Dive number 201C, back dive, tuck, DD 1.5.
So we are only doing 5. We're not doing 6.
We have 6 dives.
Okay, we are doing 6.
Yes.
Okay.
We're on number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some are not. Some don't have it.
Only
Okay.
have 5.
All right.
Scores are 6, 5.5, and 5. Our next diver is Chloe. Dive number 102B, forward 1 somersault, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 5, 4, and 4.5. Our next diver is Kenzie. Dive number 201C, back dive, tuck, DD 1.5. Scores are 5.5, 5.5, and 5. Our next diver is Maddie. Dive number 401B, inward dive, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 5.5, 5.5, and 6. Starting our 6th and final round of diving, Mira is up. Dive number 101B, forward dive, pike, DD 1.3. Scores are 5, 5.5, and 5. Our next diver is Addie. Dive number 403B, inward 1.5 somersault, pike, DD 2.4. Scores are 6.5, 6, and 6. Our next diver is Ella. Dive number 201C, back dive, tuck, DD 1.5. Scores are 4.5, 5.5, and 6. Our next diver is Sylvie. Dive number 5211A, back dive, half twist straight, DD 1.8. Scores are 4.5, 3.5, and 3.5. Our next diver is Mackenzie. Dive number 5223D. Back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist, free, DD 2.3. Scores are 5.5, 6.5, and 6. Little shout out to Mackenzie. It is her birthday today. Our next diver is Chloe. Dive number 201A, back dive, straight, DD 1.7. Scores are 4.5, 4, and 4. Our next diver is Kenzie. Dive number 103C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck, DD 2.2. Scores are 5.5, 5.5, and 4.5. And our final diver this evening is Maddie. Dive number 102B, forward, 1 somersault, pike, DD 1.5. Scores are 5, 3.5, and 5. Let's give our lady divers a round of applause. Nice job, ladies. We will take a little intermission while the pool is put back together and the teams have their warm-ups.
And done with the diving now here at the Grand Rapids Middle School pool. We'll have those results for you momentarily. And
leave a voicemail.
And after warm-ups, we'll be coming back with the 50-yard butterfly as we go right through event 24. The 400-yard freestyle relay will be to event number 11 when we come back after warm-ups and get the second half of this swim meet between Grand Rapids and Hibbing underway. See if we can, and this meet is live on Meet Mobile, so if you want to track scores, you can certainly do it there. And it's also the stream being brought to you by Woodland Bank, Super One Foods, Grand Rapids State Bank, and M&H Convenience.
Okay, so the pool is open for warm-up. Grand Rapids has invited the pool
All right.
for 10 minutes.
The pool is open to Grand Rapids first. They'll have 10 minutes. Thunderhawks, you have the pool for 10 minutes. and then Hibbing will have the pool for 10 minutes.
And they each have the entire pool.
And you have the entire pool. Grand Rapids, you have the entire pool. So they,
You hear what I'm saying?
so they went, so the email,
The email came out notifying staff
Yeah.
that later today this message is going out.
is that what the
to
message
families.
said was later today?
Yeah. And I had some parents then calling me and saying, "Oh, my kid's first hour teacher, your name
couldn't
didn't
have-
get brought up, so I don't know if you did
It
this
couldn't
or
have
not."
got too far because it was second hour.
No,
We
I
talked
know.
about it during second hour.
So it was first hour that there was a teacher that had 8th grade students and was telling them, "Oh, there's no school Monday." So now here the parents are picking up these kids and their kids telling them, "Oh yeah, okay, we're going home early today and there's no school Monday." And the parents are like, "What are you talking
But
about?"
when did that? Not
9:09 it came through and it says, "This afternoon we will be sending a message to families announcing our intention."
see my second hour class. I talked to my second hour class about it.
See, and I didn't.
See, and we were talking about that because we're trying to get the kids in transition for the hybrid.
Right.
If
but
they
I
know,
mean,
we knew it was
we
coming.
knew it was coming, and I've talked to my kids about it, and we've been practicing for it. But I feel like that wasn't my job to tell them, because then they go home to their families, and then the families are all screwed up.
Yeah.
It's just
My second hour, we talked about it. Because Dave and I had a bet. Dave bet that we weren't going to be in class on Friday,
I didn't think we'd be Friday.
and I bet that it wasn't going. It was going to be after that, like this coming week.
It's transcribed.
It's just about.
Oh, it's just, I knew it would be the hybrid fall. So,
Yeah, I'll put my name on that. That I told my kids second hour that we
no,
were. I don't. It doesn't bother me that my kids knew. Now, did it maybe mess your kids up? Granted, you're dealing with a different breed of
I
kids.
deal with a different breed of kids, and so my kids were like,
We talked. We said it's going to be our day of kind of transitioning and getting into the next thing. This is what you guys have to get ready for. So that's what we. I'll put my name on that. I told my second hour kids. The way that I take it is if the email comes out and it doesn't say this is not supposed to go to kids, if it's not something that is private information, it's going to be coming out whether. They send another instant alert out after then saying that there will be schools now. Even if we're on the same level as the kids.
sure.
Once the rapids swimmers leave the pool, Hibbing, you will have it. Whole pool is yours.
you. Oh, you don't have to double dive on diaphragm. Yeah, 5 months to go. Never easy. Oh yeah. We've had worse before. We've had worse.
He found out he has control. Next time I'll bring the one without a switch.
Do that.
Somebody sent a text saying they could hear us.
We were talking about work emails and like the hybrid stuff and just how it was going.
Yeah.
Just nothing bad. I mean, it was just work stuff and just our evacuation stuff today and the emails that went out and how some parents were confused and just how another message got sent. And
Cincinnati Reds. And getting close to ready for the second half of the swim meet. Grand Rapids girls taking on Hibbing. And through diving, the scores, Grand Rapids leading 54-24 on the varsity side and 67-10 on the junior varsity side. Junior varsity diving. First, Addie Albrecht. Second, Mira Ryla. And Brianna Dekage, third. And in varsity diving, Mackenzie Mustar, Grand Rapids in first, Ella Albrecht in second, Kenzie Hebison in third, and Maddie Claujow in fourth for Hibbing, Chloe Price fifth, and Sylvie Wetzel sixth. I think our announcer will probably do those as well. We'll start the second half with event 11. The 100 or the 50-yard butterfly for junior varsity, which will happen as soon as Hibbing is done with warm-ups here.
One more? It's like talking and teaching with the mask on. It does.
My mask just keeps falling.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right, we are going to get back at it here.
I still got time. Okay. Now. They got in, it was after 6:31.
announce our results for diving. For JV, in fourth place with 72 points from Hibbing, Mallory Sikora. In third place with 86 points for Grand Rapids, Brianna Dekich. In second place with 148 points from Rapids, Mira Rayala. And winning JV diving with 237 points for Grand Rapids, Addie Albrecht. For varsity, in sixth place with 116 points from Hibbing, Sylvie Wetzel. In fifth place with 123 points from Hibbing, Chloe Price. In fourth place with 147 points from Hibbing, Maddie Clajo. In Ella Albrecht. And winning diving with 184 points for Grand Rapids, the birthday girl, Mackenzie Mooster. And now we are ready for our 11th event, the JV 50-yard butterfly. In lane 1 for Hibbing, Isabel Walto. Lane 2 for Hibbing, Bailey Bai. In lane 3 for Hibbing, Sidley Crago. In lane 4 for Hibbing, Reagan Powell. In lane 5 for Rapids, Emily Erickson. In lane 6 for Rapids, Allison Fox. And in lane 7 for Rapids, Gentry Beyer.
So the 50-yard junior varsity butterfly as we get this second half of the swim meet underway. Grand Rapids taking on Hibbing. Again, glad you're along on our YouTube live stream.
Winning the JV 50-yard butterfly in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Emily Erickson. And we are now ready for the varsity 100-yard butterfly. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Megan Savage. In lane 3 for Hibbing, Bella Alaspa. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Madison St. George. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Jackson. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Kira Johnson. And in lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Nevaeh Horde.
And this the 100-yard butterfly for varsity. Again, starting in lane 2, Megan Savage, Hibbing. Bella Alaspa, Hibbing in lane 3. Madison St. George, lane 4. Alyssa Jackson, Grand Rapids, lane 5. Kira Johnson, Grand Rapids, lane 6. And Nevaeh Horde, Grand Rapids, lane 7, the farthest lane from you. As you watch on the picture, And the 50-yard junior varsity, Emily Erickson first, Allison Fox second, and Gentry Byer third. Grand Rapids sweeping places 1, 2, and 3.
Winning the varsity 100-yard butterfly for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Jackson. And now we are ready for the JV 100-yard freestyle. In lane 1 for Hibbing, Taylor Ciochetto. Lane 2 for Hibbing, Riley St. George. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Jordan McCormick. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Mia Savage. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Sayla Smith. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Emma Herdishman. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Kelsey Zimmer. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Brooke Payne.
This is the 100-yard junior varsity freestyle. Again, placings for the 100-yard butterfly varsity race. Alyssa Jackson, Grand Rapids first. Madison St. George, Hibbing in second. And Bella Alaspa of Hibbing in third. And a big thank you again to our sponsors, one of them the Woodland Bank. Can you say Casasa? Why you settle for average checking with average returns? Let Woodland Bank help you out. Casasa Cash is so much more. It's free checking that pays you high interest every month. Plus, get refunds on your ATM fees nationwide. There's also no minimum balance to earn rewards and no monthly service charge. Make the most of your money. Get free Casasa checking today at the Woodland Bank.
Hey, is that a record? Is that a record? 101.38? Is that a record? Maybe not.
It'll mark it when I
Okay, all right.
look at it.
We are in the free.
I can't really see.
No.
No, it's
It's the
not.
butterfly. Okay, I was wrong.
Winning the JV 100-yard freestyle. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Sayla Smith. And we're ready for the varsity 100-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Lily Lance. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Riley Story. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Emery Mackey. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Hannah Rousey. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Chloe Peterson. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Rowan Kruger-Barth. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Ada Jackson.
And this is the varsity 100-yard freestyle. Once again, the junior varsity, Selah Smith first, Emma Hernesman second, and Jordan McCormick in third. Lane 2, Lily Lance, Riley Story, lane 3, Emery Mackey, lane 4, Hannah Rousey, lane 5, Chloe Peterson 6, Rowan Kruger-Barth 7, and Ada Jackson, Grand Rapids in lane 8.
Hannah Rousey's cruising. Look at that.
Winning the varsity 100-yard freestyle, lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Hannah Rousey. And we are now ready for the JV 300-yard freestyle. In lane 1 for Hibbing, Elena Schlecht. Lane 2 for Hibbing, Sylvie Wetzel. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Reagan Powell. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Courtney Masich. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Sylvie Letterman. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Gracie Zimmer. And in lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Lily Higgins.
So this is the 300-yard junior varsity freestyle. So this one taking a little longer, obviously. And 100-yard freestyle, Hannah Rousey, 56.29, takes first place. Chloe Peterson second, and Rowan Kruger-Barr third. So Grand Rapids sweeping the top 3 places in the 100 freestyle varsity. And once again, going down lane, 7 swimmers in this heat. Junior varsity 300-yard freestyle, Elena Schlecht, Hibbing in lane 1, Sylvie Wetzel, Hibbing lane 2, Reagan Powell, Hibbing lane 3, Courtney Masich, Hibbing lane 4, Sylvie Letterman, Grand Rapids lane 5, Gracie Zimmer, Grand Rapids lane 6, and Lily Higgins, Grand Rapids in lane 7. And as you're looking at the picture, the nearest lane, or the one at the bottom of your picture, will be lane 1. For 4 generations, Grand Rapids State Bank has been giving their customers the kind of insight and personal service mega banks can't touch. They know you work hard for your money, and the team at Grand Rapids State Bank will work hard for you. One of our great sponsors for swimming, streaming here from the Grand Rapids pool. We'll do every home meet all season long.
Do you guys possibly have like a napkin or like a tissue? Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
And again, after the diving, that's a score I have. I'll get a updated score here soon, but Grand Rapids leading 54-24. in the varsity side and 67-10 on the junior varsity side through diving.
Do you need like a first aid or something?
We're good. She just has a little cut, and we're just gonna like put a towel over the block, so nothing gets on the block. I think we'll be good now. It's kind of like an awkward, it's a little one, and it's kind of a really awkward spot. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice job, ladies. Winning the JV 300-yard freestyle in lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Gracie Zimmer. And that brings us into the varsity 500-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Alexis Walters. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Allison Trulinger. In lane 4 for Hibbing, Givi Stenson. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Sophie Verkey. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Lisa Weiland. In lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Emily Erickson. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Lee Weiland.
As the 500-yard varsity race gets underway, freestyle varsity, again running down the lane assignments. Alexis Walters, Hibbing in lane 2. Allison Trulinger, Hibbing lane 3. Jelly Stenson, Hibbing lane 4. Sophie Verkey, Grand Rapids lane 5. Lisa Weiland in lane 6 for Grand Rapids. Emily Erickson, Grand Rapids lane 7. And Lee Weiland, Grand Rapids in lane 8. The 300-yard junior varsity race, Gracie Zimmer in first, Courtney Masich, Hibbing in second, and Sylvie Letterman of Grand Rapids, yes, in third place. Super One Foods, they serve the freshest products daily with better choices and low prices. Super One Foods proudly supports our nonprofits, organizations, schools, and kids' academics and sports. Stop into Super One Foods today and see why they are very proud to be a part of our community. And I'm sure we have some parents from Hibbing watching as well. Yeah, you got a Super One Foods there, involved in every community they're in. And by the way, on a completely non-swimming note, just ran across this tidbit today that it is National Elephant Day. And on an iron range note on National Elephant Day, it is illegal to park your elephant on Main Street in Virginia, Minnesota. So just be aware of that. There's no charge to watch the stream, no charge for that extra tidbit that, who knows, you maybe can amaze your coworkers tomorrow.
Yeah, I knew that. It's my third and fourth hour the same.
And this is, again, the 500-yard freestyle
Yes.
for varsity. And leading the way is Emily Erickson in lane 7 for Grand Rapids. Actually, I say that. I was not watching the lane counters as closely as I should have. It looks like lanes 4 and 5 dueling it out. Which is Jelly Stenson and Sophie Verkey. And about as close of a 500 freestyle finish as I've seen coming down the stretch.
They're making the fight to the end.
And we'll give it
Look
to
at that.
Stenson with Verkey a close second. Just over a second separating first and second.
varsity 500-yard freestyle. In lane 4 from Hibbing, Geely Stenson. We are now ready for the JV 200-yard freestyle relay. For the JV 200-yard freestyle relay, in lane 2 for Hibbing, the team of Ciachetto, Greenwood, Sikora, and Larson. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Schlecht, St. George, Gibson, and Bai. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Trulinger, Delorio, Wetzel, and Walters. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Horde, Dormanen, Beyer, and Jaeger. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Higgins, Smith, Wheelock, and Kaiser. And in lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Bolson, Sylvester, Jerry, and Payne.
And once again, that 500-yard freestyle relay, which came down very close at the end. Geely Stenson, Hibbing in first place, Sophie Berkey in second for Grand Rapids, and Emily Erickson coming in third. When you think of community, you think of M&H Convenience Store. It's your one-stop shop for gas, a cup of coffee, a quick and healthy lunch option, or just the right snack to enjoy while you hit the road. M&H Convenience Store prides themselves on the importance of excellent customer service, and they look forward to serving you. Right there at Highway 38 and Highway 2 in Grand Rapids.
Nice job, ladies. Winning the JV 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, the team of Horde, Dormanen, Beyer, and Jaeger. We are now ready for the varsity 200-yard freestyle relay. For the varsity 200-yard freestyle relay, in lane 3 for Hibbing, the team of Story, Hughes, Lance, and Alaspa. In lane 4 for Hibbing, St. George, Mackey, Emerson, and Stenson. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Jackson, Byron, Peterson, and Rousey. Lane 6, Gunderson, Jackson, Johnson, and Smith. And in lane 7, team of Zimmer, Lee, Dingman, and another Zimmer.
And again, running down places for the 200-yard junior varsity freestyle relay, Grand Rapids with Horde, Dormanen, Beyer, and Jaeger in first. And Hibbing, Trulinger, Delorio, Wetzel, and Walters in second. And Grand Rapids, Higgins, Smith, Wheelock, and Kaiser in third.
Winning the varsity 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, the team of Alyssa Jackson, Elsa Byron, Chloe Peterson, and Hannah Rousey. Our next race will be the JV 100-yard backstroke. In lane 1 for Hibbing, Mallory Sikora. Lane 2 for Hibbing, Isabel Walto. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Sidley Crago. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Hannah Covington. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Isabel Haas. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Hannah Brunn. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Hadley Marston. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Layla Jerry.
In this, the junior varsity 100-yard backstroke, and running down places again for the 200-yard freestyle relay in varsity. Jackson, Byron, Peterson, Rousey, Grand Rapids in first. Nice time, minute 45. Hibbing with St. George, Mackey, Emerson, and Stenson in second. And Gunderson, Jackson, Johnson, and Smith, Grand Rapids in third.
lane 7. Back up on lane 7.
They want 7 or 8.
Winning the JV 100-yard backstroke in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Isabel Haas. And we are now ready for the varsity 100-yard backstroke. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Mia Savage. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Jordan McCormick. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Ella Kalish. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Jackson. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Jordan Coulter. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Allison Fox. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Jersey Coulter.
And this is the 100-yard backstroke on the varsity side, starting in lane 2, Mia Savage, Hibbing, Jordan McCormick, Hibbing in lane 3, Ella Kalish, Hibbing in lane 4, Alyssa Jackson, Grand Rapids lane 5, Jordan Coulter, Grand Rapids lane 6, Allison Fox, Grand Rapids lane 7, and Jersey Coulter, Grand Rapids lane 8. And in the 100 backstroke junior varsity, Isabella Haas, Grand Rapids in first. Hannah Brunn, I know Hannah has some fans on our YouTube stream. She comes in second. And Hannah Covington for Hibbing coming in third.
Alyssa Jackson out front.
Winning the varsity 100-yard backstroke in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Jackson. And we are now ready for the JV 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Helena Schlecht. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Rainey Gibson. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Desiree Delorio. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Dormanen. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Treasure Jager. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Gentry Beyer. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Bella Bolson.
She's second, she's fourth.
And we'll get updated team scores here before the last couple events. Grand Rapids taking on Hibbing here at the Grand Rapids Pool at Robert J. Elkington Middle School. Thank you. So in events through the backstroke, Grand Rapids leading on the girls' side 107.49 on the varsity side and 119.36 on the junior varsity side. And results in the 100-yard backstroke, Alyssa Jackson in first, Allison Fox in second, and Jordan Coulter in third.
Winning the JV 100-yard breaststroke in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Alyssa Dormanen. And we are now ready for the varsity 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 2 for Hibbing, Courtney Masich. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Riley Story. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Macy Emerson. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Emma Hernishman. Lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Chloe Lee. Lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Ada Jackson. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Noelle Gunderson.
And this, the 100-yard breaststroke for varsity. Again, top 3 in the junior varsity, Alyssa Dorman in Grand Rapids, 2 Gentry Beyer Grand Rapids, and 3 Treasure Jaeger Grand Rapids. Courtney Masich lane 2, Riley Story lane 3, Macy Emerson lane 4 for Hibbing, and for Grand Rapids, Emma Hernishman, Chloe Lee, Ada Jackson, and Noelle Gunderson. Next to last event for varsity. After this, the 400-yard freestyle relay to wrap up the meet.
Winning the varsity 100-yard breaststroke in lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Emma Hernishman. We are now down to our 2 final races of this evening. Our next race will be the JV 400-yard freestyle relay. For the JV 400-yard freestyle relay, in lane 2 for Hibbing, the team of Ciochetto, Greenwood, Socorro, and Walto. Lane 3 for Hibbing, Bai, Kriego, St. George, and Covington. Lane 4 for Hibbing, team of Walters, Powell, Savage, and Masich. Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Kaiser, Brunn, Jaeger, and Fox. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Horde, Letterman, Higgins, and Marston. And in lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, Bolson, Payne, Jerry, and Wheelock.
And this, the 400-yard freestyle relay for junior varsity. One event following, of course, the 400 freestyle for varsity to wrap up this meet between Hibbing and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
JV 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 5, for the Thunderhawks, the team of Danica Kaiser, Hannah Brunn, Treasure Jager, and Allison Fox. And then there was one. Our final race of this evening is the varsity 400-yard freestyle relay. The varsity 400-yard freestyle relay in lane 3 for Hibbing, the team of Lance, Savage, McCormick, and Trulinger. Lane 4 for Hibbing, Stenson, Alaspa, Hughes, and Kalish. In lane 5 for the Thunderhawks, Verkey, Horde, Kruger, Bar, and Rousey. In lane 6 for the Thunderhawks, Byron, Smith, Erickson, and Jackson. In lane 7 for the Thunderhawks, we've got Wylands back-to-back, Coulter, and then Johnson. And in lane 8 for the Thunderhawks, Haas, Dingman, Coulter, and Lee.
So once again, in the 400 freestyle, the junior varsity, the relay, Kaiser, Brunn, Jager, and Fox first place. Hibbing, Walters, Powell, Savage, and Massich in second. And Grand Rapids, Horde, Letterman, Higgins, and Marston in third. Final event. Right now, the 400-yard varsity freestyle relay. We'll keep the stream going long enough to have final team results. Thank you for joining us. Good to see the comments and glad to have you along. We'll be doing it for every home swim meet. Sorry you can't be here, but we're happy to get it on a YouTube stream for you.
Thunderhawk battle.
That is.
Lanes 5 and 6, they are neck and neck.
And we'll talk to the announcer here. It looked like those two relay teams were set up to be pretty even, just looking down the list.
Absolutely.
Lane 5 for the Thunderhawks is Sophie Verkey, Nevaeh Horde, Rowan Kruger-Barth, Hannah Rousey swimming the anchor leg. And in lane 6, Elsa Viron, Selah Smith, Emily Erickson, and Alyssa Jackson swimming the anchor. And lane 5 coming out to a little bit of a lead on this leg.
thank you to all of the athletes, coaches, workers, helpers, online spectators. Thank you. You make it all happen.
And it looked like we had a dropout there just as our pool announcer was announcing the final for the 400 freestyle relay. But lane 5, Grand Rapids, Verkey, Horde, Krugerbarth, and Rousey in first place. In second place, Byron Smith, Erickson, and Jackson. Grand Rapids in lane 6. And Hibbing, Stenson, Alaspa, Hughes, and Kalish in third. And we'll have final results for you momentarily.
For JV in second place, 61 points, Hibbing. In first place with 119 points for JV, the Thunderhawks. for the varsity.
Dylan Moore, I
In
start
second
thinking
place
about
with
that.
74 points, Hibbing. And winning with 107 points, the Thunderhawks.
And there you go. That's your final official score for tonight's meet. And some of those scores changing a little bit here at the end due to some exhibition times being put in for Grand Rapids. And once again, thank you for watching on the stream. Happy to do it, and we're looking forward to doing in the next home meet. And the streaming brought to you by the Woodland Bank, Super One Foods, Grand Rapids State Bank, and M&H Convenience Store. Wishing you a very, very pleasant